What is up, guys? Welcome back to a brand new Dragon Ball Legends video on Dragon Ball Central. Today, guys, we have got to talk about the Ultra Space Time Summon number 8. There are some really good things about it and some not so good things about it. I ultimately will recommend most people do not summon on it, but there is one group of people that should probably summon on this, so let's just go ahead and get right into it. So first and foremost, guys, obviously the disclaimer when I do say don't summon on this, I mean don't spend a bunch on consecutives, okay? I mean that it's probably not worth it to just go all in, just spend all your Chrono Crystals. As you guys know, within literally the next few days, we're going to be getting the release of the brand new Dragon Ball Super Broly movie, which is super exciting. And with that, we will most likely be getting a huge Dragon Ball Legends event, including Gogeta Blue and possibly Super Gogeta as a, I don't know, free unit, you know, possibly like Fury Broly. We might see a Super Gogeta and then Gogeta Blue as the paid unit. So all in all, going to be really fantastic, and I'm super excited for it. But with that said, you know, we just got Ultra Space Time Summon number 8, and should you be summoning on it? Well, based off of just purely the, you know, the new sparkings, I would almost argue that you probably shouldn't, unless you're someone that either put a lot into Goku Black, got really lucky, got a bunch of them, maybe up above 5 stars or so. Or if you've got a lot of stock put into the Hybrid Saiyans, you have them all above 5 stars or so, maybe even 6 or 7 stars for that nice, tasty stat boost. Really, guys, that's the group of people that you're going to want to, you know, really consider putting some serious effort into summoning on this banner, getting as many Chrono Crystals as you can, and then making it so you can get maybe 3 or 5 stars on the new dudes. But with that said, let's go over each one and talk a little bit about them. Now, right off the bat, the stats on Super Saiyan Gohan at 3 stars, definitely not going to, you know, blow anything else out of the water. Obviously, Gogeta beating him on the strike attack front by about 4K there at 3 stars. So, you know, definitely not going to be super impactful just from a pure, you know, I want to say stat beat stick standpoint. You know, like, for example, Broly obviously came in swinging. He had huge stat increases above every other thing, and was just by far considered to be the best character, especially after transformation. So what does that mean? Well, mainly it means that he's just sort of I guess he can fit really a few different play styles. Okay, you don't need to purely wait until you can get him into a strike combo. He can still do some good damage with blast attacks. He has some decent defenses. His Ki restore's all right, and he has double strike arts cards, which is really good. Now, his tags: Hybrid Saiyan, Super Saiyan, Sun Family, and Future. So he can fit onto a few different teams. Obviously, Hybrid Saiyan team needs a little bit of love right now. We'll talk about that in a minute. Super Saiyan team going to be really fantastic as time goes on, because there are more and more Super Saiyans that do come out. You know, even just earlier transformations in, you know, what ultimately becomes one of the later transformations in the series, there's still probably going to be more and more Super Saiyans that come out as sort of the intermediate transformations that, you know, again, come before those later transformations towards the end of a fight. So, really, guys, that's really fantastic. It's a great tag to have, and I'm super excited to see where this goes in the future. Sun Family, not too expanded on just yet. I'd imagine in the future we will get more, though. And the Future tag going to be continually buffed as time goes on. We've got 3 fantastic new units that go into the Future tag family based on their Z abilities. At 3 stars, you can see 26% of Future-based strike attack, but at 5 stars, 31%. That is really big. That is really good to tag Future or tag Hybrid Saiyan strike attack during battle. So Hybrid Saiyan's getting a significant buff this time around. Trunks has the same type of thing, where once you get him to 5 stars, you're going to be getting a huge buff by adding the tag Hybrid Saiyan to his Z ability and getting 31% onto, in his case, blast attack, in, you know, obviously Gohan's case, strike attack. So amazing stuff all around if you do have a Hybrid Saiyan team. Now, I look to, I guess the best example of this that you guys probably know about is KSI. He has a regen team that has a lot of limit breaks on it. It's a full-on whaled out regen team, and it's obviously been passed by significantly by other whale teams, but he still puts in huge amounts of work with it, because obviously it's limit broken a lot. It has better stats than a lot of the other teams, and it has a great synergy on top of that, debuffing the opponent significantly if they're running a Saiyan team. So if you look at that, you know, but you look at it in the Super Saiyan category, or the Super Saiyan tag rather, it's going to be, you know, something that gets expanded on as time goes on. But right now, the Hybrid Saiyan tag seeing a lot of love from these 2 offensive buffs you're getting from a 5-star limit broken Z ability upgrade. So I really want to say that if you want to make your Hybrid Saiyan team the best it can possibly be, get these dudes to 5 stars. But if you're not going to summon on this until you get them to 5 stars, which will definitely take a while, in most cases, then I would recommend against, really putting too much resources into this, because otherwise you're looking at just a purely future-based tag team. And is that really going to be viable right now? Well, 2 of the characters on the team are yellow, so that's nice Broly counter right there. I definitely can appreciate that. But otherwise, guys, I mean, the stats are great, but they're not perfect. They're not the best in the game. They're good, but they're not, the best they can possibly be. And that really means that this banner is really good, but it's not really going to be value for most people to be summoning on it. And I know that that's a tough pill to swallow for a lot of you guys, because, I always get comments on these types of videos where I recommend against most people summoning on a particular banner, where they're like, oh, so it's a great banner, but I shouldn't summon on it. I shouldn't spend my chrono crystals. It's like, yeah, you should probably save them right now. Now, if you really, really like these characters, you do want to wait for a little while and see what else comes out in the near future. That might be the smart way to go. If you really, really like these characters, you want to spend all your chrono crystals right now, go for it, man. I'm not obviously going to do anything to stop you. I'm just giving my opinion on the smart way to go about doing things. And in my opinion, I would avoid this banner unless you're going for a hybrid Saiyan team or a future tag team. And unless, you're going for 5 stars, I would avoid it if you have a hybrid Saiyan team. But if you're going to spend until you get 5 stars on Trunks, 5 stars on Gohan, maybe go for it, If Hybrid Saiyan is your tag, then go for it. It's not a bad idea by any means. They've got good stats. They've got really great, cooperative, unique abilities, a lot like UST4, which housed Goten and Trunks, obviously. And they've got good stats, 80,600 blast attack on Trunks there. Super Saiyan 2 Trunks, definitely a pretty fantastic attacker there. Strike attack not far behind either. So, decent defenses, decent key restore, good critical. And, again, the tags that we're looking for, the future tag, the hybrid Saiyan tag, those are going to have a lot of potential as time goes on. Going over to his Z ability again, blast defense, and then it turns into, it's not blast attack, it's blast defense. So it's not even that relevant. Defensive buff, 31%, pretty good, but you'd rather have the offensive buff, in my opinion anyways. His main ability going to be a really, really nice support for allies inflicted damage. Also, I think it's important to note here, just going back over here to Gohan, if you do have, first off, Team Future strike attack up, so 40% to strike damage inflicted when Tag Future is a battle member. That's really big. That's a really big buff, guys. That on top of your equipment buffs, on top of your other Z ability buffs, that's going to be huge. And then on top of that, passing on the will. When this when this character is defeated, the following effects will apply on allies. 30% strike damage inflicted. That's huge. Key recovery plus 35%. That's insane. That is really, really big, because this does not go away after a certain amount of time. You can literally use Super Saiyan Gohan, take out Broly, and then immediately suicide him into whatever the next character is, or just do as much damage as you possibly can. Get these massive buffs on your remaining characters, which will most likely be Trunks, and then one other character that, remains on that team. I don't know exactly what you'd be running in that case, but definitely going to be someone else that can take advantage of the strike damage inflict buff and the key recovery buff. Overall, just massive on that front. And then 15% to damage inflicted by Tag Future. So really, guys, that is a ridiculous synergy. Now, coming in the third new spot here, we have got Mai. And I don't know if I can really recommend looking forward to Mai in any sense, in any case. Again, going to be a future tag max base health, or then in the, 5-star limit broken case, a max base health for female warrior tag as well. It's going to be a nice support for that. Having an 18% at 3 stars max base health increase is very, very impactful. Again, you guys know full well that can be a huge game changer and can easily win you games. Having that extra bit of edge, a few 100,000 HP can easily give you enough HP to survive an onslaught of attacks, and that's going to be very, very influential in, winning games occasionally. You'll notice it if you really think about it. Now, with that said, main ability going to be a nice heal for all, allies, and then a 15% damage buff for all allies as well for 20 timer counts. So a pretty decent main ability, pretty decent support all around. If you want to make a future tag team, this is probably the way to go. Again, 5-starring going to be necessary to take advantage of that additional female warrior tag buff. And 23%, again, going to be a massive HP buff. So, look down at these unique abilities, and it's good. It's good. Don't get me wrong. Really, actually a fantastic unique ability set here, because you're incentivized to bring her out, and then you're incentivized to immediately throw her back in and switch into someone that can do more damage, because you're going to be restoring ki very, very quickly. And, basically just absorb some damage, deal out some damage, switch out immediately. Once you use your Vanish, switch out immediately. It's going to be really, really powerful to be able to throw down with these 3 new characters. But you need all 3 characters, as well as probably Goku Black, to be able to take full advantage of these new Z abilities and really synergize them. So, again, we're going back to the whole case where it's like, do your free sparking summons from the Ultra Summon ticket. Ultra Ticket Summon. What am I even talking about, man? But do those. Obviously, get your new things. If you get 2 of the 3 new ones, then maybe you do want to jump in, try to get that last one, see if you make a nice new meta team, and see if you can make the future tag synergize well. Now, with that said, are we going to be summoning on this banner? A little bit. Not very much. I'm not going to do too much, but I will do enough. And then we're going to be doing our daily YOLO summons as per usual, because that's just how you got to go with this game, because you can get, Sparkings, brand new Sparkings for 20 Chrono Crystals. That's a bargain. 200 Chrono Crystals for consecutive is a bargain. You need to be doing your single summons every single day. Discount summons, fantastic value. So, we will be doing that. And again, I'd recommend doing that every single day, no matter who you are, because getting those for 20 Chrono Crystals a pop is a steal. So all around, guys, it's a good banner, but you really need to get them to 5 stars if you're going to be going for anything other than the future tag support. And is it going to be a good, meta team? Yes, it obviously will. Future tag has a lot of support now with this new banner, but you're going to need all 3 of the new characters, as well as a, relatively recent character that just went out of sequence, out of rotation in the summons. So it kind of depends on what you have already. It kind of depends on how many Chrono Crystals you're going to spend. And it kind of depends if you're saving for Gogeta, again, who will be coming very, very soon. So, guys, final verdict. I'm going to say save for like 99% of people. Again, if Hybrid Saiyan is your tag, maybe you want to go for 5 stars on Trunks and 5 stars on Super Saiyan Gohan. It could take you a really long time at 1% to get them actually at 5 stars, so you're probably going to have to whale out pretty significantly. Mai is pretty good if you're running a female warrior tag team, and if you want to go for the future tag team, maybe you just summon until you get 1 copy of each of these guys. But again, that can take you a long time. You guys have seen the Despair arcs on my channel. They have gone for very, very long times in each case, and it can happen to you. It can happen with literally any character. If you're on the end of variants, it's going to take you a large amount of spending a large amount of Chrono Crystals to get a single copy of that character. So just take that into account when you're summoning. At the very minimum, I would recommend waiting to spend too many Chrono Crystals until you do get both of your Ultra Ticket summons done, and see if you can pull 2 of the 3, and then, you can sort of go in on that last one if you do want to. But odds are you're going to pull one of these 2 guys. And, I'd say Gotenks is pretty good to get right now. Having those additional limit breaks, or even just copies of him for the Fusion Warrior team, is going to be really, really fantastic. Kid Gohan kind of has had the meta pass him by, but he'll probably get a buff in the not too distant future, because I would imagine he's in the lower amount of games played, probably lower percents and things like that. So we'll see what happens there. But that's going to be about it for this one, guys. Thank you so very much for watching. As always, hope you have a fantastic day. Let me know down in the comment section below, have you summoned on this? What did you get? Did you get shafted by the banner yet again? Or did you get something really, really good? Did you get lucky? I would love to hear it. Let's go ahead and knock out our YOLO summons, though, and then we're going to call it a day. But yeah, I would love to hear how lucky you guys got. Do you agree with my sort of assessment of this banner? Or do you think that it's sort of a banner you need to summon on? It's a not pass by banner. It's not a trap banner. I would love to hear your thoughts again. Usually with Ultra Space Time summons, you don't recommend just pulling on them, because it's just not going to be worth it in most cases. You're going to get some free sparkings by the end of it, and I would say it's almost borderline better right now, anyways, to summon. Wow, Yamcha, that's a great way to start things off. It's borderline better to summon on this final day for the Ultra Space Time summon number 7 to get Bardock than it is on Ultra Space Time summon number 8. 5 Potter, hello there, guaranteed extreme or above. That's fantastic, man. But yeah, so let me know what you think down in the comments below. Good neutral clash, hello. Still an extreme or above, though. Big text, what do we got, what do we got, what do we got? It's gonna be a blow up in the middle, and we have no guarantees above anything extreme, and it will be a second form self. So not the worst pull, but not the best pull either. Let's scroll on down and see what we got in our final, actually our second to final Ultra Space Time summon number 7. I just want Bardock, man. I want Bardock so bad. Not looking too good right now, dudes. Gonna get beat up. Give me that fake out, game. Give me that fake out, and I want the 1 in 5. I'll take that, please. I'll take that, please, game. Yeah, that's not it, man. That's not it. That's not it, dudes. Anyways, that's going to be it for this one. Thanks again for watching. I really appreciate it. Let me know what you think down in the comments. I will see you in the next one. Until then, have a fantastic day. Peace.